Earlier on Thursday, an injury bombshell coming out of Dallas. Major bummer. I'm sick of this trend. It was Nick Chubb on Monday Night Football, and Thursday during practice, Cowboys All-Pro cornerback Trevon Diggs goes down with a torn ACL. Maybe this is just me, but you mentally prepare for injury during a game, right? But you kind of train your brain to feel like practice is going to be safe. You don't expect to open your phone on a Thursday and see that one of the NFL's best corners is out for the year, but that's exactly what happened. Just like I said, a real bummer of a story. Trevon Diggs was out to an absolutely amazing start. Already had an interception and a forced fumble on the season. It was one of the most hyped defensive storylines in the league this year was Trevon Diggs and Stephon Gilmore. Cowboys added Gilmore in a trade with Indianapolis. Not common to see two All-Pros starting in the same secondary at the same time at the cornerback spots. It looked just as good as we thought it might. Diggs and Gilmore actually both with an interception already in this young season. The Cowboys secondary has already batted down 11 balls and picked off 5 passes. They've only played 2 games. Diggs' birthday was on Wednesday. He's only 25 years old. Cowboys just signed him to a $97 million extension during training camp. It just sucks. Pardon my lack of a better vocabulary, but again, it really looked like Trevon Diggs, even through the small sample size of 2 games, was taking another step. And that's a strange thing to say about a guy that's already had an 11-pick season and been a first-team All-Pro. But you pair him with Stephon Gilmore, so he's going to get targets because there's nowhere else to throw the ball, and you put that incredible pass rush in front of him, good things are going to happen, and it certainly seemed like that was going to be the case. I don't think it's fair to us as football fans for stuff like this to happen. It's Aaron Rodgers now. It's Nick Chubb. It's Trevon Diggs. I think this is a trend that we're going to continue to see because it feels like September has become the preseason in a lot of ways. Obviously, there's only 3 preseason games. Teams are very judicious about how they use players in the preseason, and practice time is more limited than it's ever been. You talk to any NFL coach, you just don't actually get that much time on the field practicing football with these guys. And so September kind of feels like a learning curve where guys are still getting back into football shape, still getting their bodies right, getting everything right. And unfortunately, I'm not convinced it's a coincidence that some of these injuries kind of flare up in the early going of the season. Best wishes to Trevon, hoping for a speedy recovery. The Cowboys don't have a timeline for it as of right now, but you would like to think he'll be available in time for training camp next year. It's a huge bummer to even think about training camp as it pertains to Trevon Diggs, but that's what it is. Having said all of that, if you're a Cowboy fan, if you know a Cowboy fan, pull them back from the ledge. The emotions were running high on social media, and I understand why. Trevon Diggs, one of the best 5 or 6 players on the Cowboys roster. I totally understand why you would feel that way, but it's going to be okay. Take a step away. Come over and talk to your friend Dave. I think the Cowboys are very well positioned to deal with this injury. Not saying that their defense is going to be as good as it would be with Trevon Diggs, but I do think they have the depth in the right places to weather this storm. For starters, the guy that'll be replacing Trevon is Deron Bland, who enjoyed a breakout season as a rookie last year, had 5 picks as a rookie. He already has a pick this season. If you're asking a dude to step in for an All-Pro, at the very least, it's a guy who, I'm looking at it right now. He's got 8 starts in the NFL. He's played a ton of snaps. Again, 5 interceptions as a rookie. You also still have Stephon Gilmore, the All-Pro, the one-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Does not look like he's lost a step. I think the Cowboys' safety room, if it's not the best in the NFL, it might be the deepest. Cowboys are getting Donovan Wilson back from injury this week. They've got Malik Hooker. They've got Jaron Kearse. All of those guys have made plenty of plays in this defense. I think they're going to be fine. Oh, did I not repeat that they have the best pass rush in the NFL? I think Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Oso Digizua, Dante Fowler, Sam Williams. Did I name everybody? Yeah, like Dorrance Armstrong. All those guys are going to have a lot to say about the favorable looks that this Dallas secondary gets. And then you've got Dan Quinn orchestrating the whole thing. So, no. I think the Cowboys lost the opportunity to be a generational defense. And I think that's where this could have been heading. Just what this looked like. And I know who they faced the first 2 weeks. I don't care. You don't get results like that in the NFL against anybody. I think they had a chance to be a truly special defense. I think that might be gone without Trevon Diggs, but they still have every chance to be one of the best defenses in the NFL, a defense that is plenty capable of getting them to the playoffs and potentially beyond. So, Cowboy fans, mourn it. Wish Trevon Diggs well, but I don't think this is a season ender